This story is about a girl named Bola who was molested severally by her father, and she took to court to seek justice and redress. Sit down and enjoy her story. Bola was a 13-year-old girl who lived with her parents in a small house. To everyone outside, she looks like a happy girl, but deep inside, Bola was sad and scared. She has a big secret that make her to feel alone. Bola's father was not a good man. He hurt her in every ways that make her feel scared and confused. He could come into her room at night and do terrible things that no father should ever do to his children. Bola wanted to tell her mother, but her mother did not believe her or did not want to listen to Bola. Bola kept quiet and suffered in silence. At school, Bola was very shy. She often sat alone at lunchtime and did not talk much to other kids. But one day, a girl named Aisha sat down next to her. Aisha was a new student at the school and was very friendly. "Hi, Bola," Aisha said with a smile. "Can I eat lunch with you?" Bola looked up and said yes. She was happy to have someone to sit with her. As the day went by, Aisha and Bola became good friends. Aisha noticed that Bola always seemed sad sometimes, so she often asked if anything was wrong. "Bola, why are you not happy today? I don't like the way you are looking." One day, Aisha asked Bola, "You can tell me if anything is bothering you. I am here to listen. I am your friend, don't forget." Bola looked around to make sure no one was listening. She took a deep breath and began to tell Aisha everything. She shared her secret about how her father always hurt her in the night. Tears filled her eyes as she spoke, and Aisha listened carefully, feeling very sad for her friend. "This is not right, Bola," Aisha said firmly. "You need help. My father is a lawyer. He can help you. I will tell him. I'm sure he'll be able to help you. Please don't cry again." Bola felt a bit scared, but also hopeful. She trusted Aisha and wanted to find a way to stop her father from hurting her every night and the pain she always felt constantly on her body. The next day, after school, Aisha took Bola to meet her father, Mr. Ade. He welcomed them with a warm smile and asked them to sit down for a while. Aisha's father, looking at Bola, could sense that a lot is going on her mind. "Bola, I am so sorry for what you have gone through," he said gently. "You are a brave girl. For talking out, we will help you." Bola felt tears in her eyes again, but this time around, they were tears of hope. Mr. Ade explained that they needed to report the situation to the police to protect her. "You deserve to be saved, and we can make that happen," he said. Bola felt nervous, but she agreed to go with Aisha and her father to the police station. Aisha held her hand tightly as they walked. When they arrived at the police station, Bola felt scared, but the police officer she met was kind. He listened carefully as Aisha's father explained the situation. The officer told Bola that she was very brave for coming forward and that they could help her. After talking to the officer, they met a social worker named Mrs. Tayo. She had a gentle smile. Bola felt a little bit better, knowing that Mrs. Tayo would be there for her. In the weeks that followed, Bola met Mrs. Tayo often. They talked about what could happen in the court. Mrs. Tayo helped her to understand the process and what it would be like to share her story. And Aisha helped Bola's mind off her worries. They played games, laughed, and talked about happy things every time. The day of the court hearing finally arrived, and Bola felt a mix of fear and determination. As she entered the courtroom, her heart raised. The room was big and filled with unfamiliar faces. She spotted her father sitting at one table, looking stern and angry. But Bola quickly looked away, focusing on the judgment instead. The judge was an elderly man with glasses. He wore a black robe and has a serious expression. When he entered the room, everyone stood up and Bola felt a chill run down her spine. She was terrified, but she remembered that she was there to tell her story and seek justice. After everyone sat down, the judge called the hearing to order. He looked at the lawyers and asked them to present their opening statements. The lawyer representing Bola spoke first. He was kind and confident, and he addressed the judge directly. Your Honor, the lawyer began, we are here today to seek justice for a brave young girl named Bola. She has endured terrible abuse from her father, and we will present evidence and testimony to support her claims. Bola listened closely as the lawyer explained how important it was for children to be safe and protected. He talked about how Bola has come forward to share her story and how the court needed to take her seriously. After the opening statement, it was time for Bola to speak. Aisha held her hand tightly as they walked to the witness stand. Mrs. Tayo sat nearby, offering a reassuring smile. Bola felt nervous, but she remembered how many people were supporting her. As Bola sat in the witness stand, Bola took a deep breath. The lawyer asked her to tell the court what happened. With her heart pounding, she began to share her story. She spoke clearly about the pain she has endured, explaining how her father has hurt her and how scared she has been feeling. She talked about how she had tried to tell her mother, but her mother did not believe her. Tears came down her face, but she kept going. The judge listened carefully, and Bola felt that her voice was finally being heard. After Bola finished speaking, the lawyer for her father stood up to ask her questions. He was serious and tried to make her feel uncomfortable. Are you sure? Do you remember everything? He asked Bola. Are you sure you are saying the right thing? He is your father. Are you sure that he did all this to you? Please tell us, are you sure? Try to make her uncomfortable by asking, you are a small girl. Do you know what you are saying? Your daddy cannot do such to you. Are you sure they did all this? Think. Can you think very well? Can you really think? Bola took a deep breath. She remembered what Aisha's father told her. You are brave and you are telling the truth and you are doing the right thing. She looked at the lawyer in the eyes and replied, yes, I remember everything. My father hurt me and I want him to stop. I want to stop all this that he's doing to me. He's hurting me and he has hurt me very well. The lawyer continued to ask questions. She asked Bola a lot of questions, but Bola stayed strong. She focused on the support around her, and she did not let his words shake her confidence at all. After both sides has presented their cases, it was time for the close argument. Bola's lawyer spoke passionately about the importance of believing children when they come forward. He remembered everyone of the braveness it took for Bola to share her story. Children deserve to feel safe in their own house, he said. Bola has shown incredible courage by speaking up, and we must ensure that her father is accountable for his actions. The judge nodded, listening carefully to both sides. After hearing the argument, he thanked everyone for their testimony and told them that he will make a decision soon. At the sentencing hearings, the judge explained the seriousness of the crime. He spoke about the impact of abuse on children and how it could affect them for the rest of their lives. The judge emphasized that Bola has shown a great courage by coming forward and telling her story, which makes it even more important to hold her father accountable. The judge makes it clear that such behavior would not be tolerated and that Bola deserves justice and protections. Also that such crimes will be punished under the law. Bola's father was found guilty of rape and child abuse. He could face significant prison time. A few days later, Mr. Ade called Bola with the news. "Your father has been found guilty," he said. "He will go to prison for a long time." Bola felt a wave of relief. She was finally free from his hurt and unfatherly acts. The court judgment in a case involving sexual abuse of a child, especially by a parent, typically depend on the various factors, including the severity of the abuse. However, in general, court treats such cases with almost seriousness and the penalty can be severe. The court ordered counseling and therapy for Bola to help her recover from the trauma. The court also involved social services to Bola to ensure her well-being and proper care. The court also terminates the father parental rights, meaning he could no longer have any legal relationship or responsibility for the child. This helped to protect the child from any further harm. He is convicted for sexual abuse of a minor, require the offender to register as a sex offender, which place several restrictions on their activities and movement after release. Custody decision on the other children. If there is any other children in the family, the court also examine their safety and well-being as well, potentially removing them from this father custody if he poses a risk. There is also monetary compensation. The court also awarded monetary compensation for Bola. After the trial, Bola's mother was forced to confront the truth about her husband. She had ignored Bola's cry for help and asked to face the consequence for her inaction. Although she struggled with feelings of guilt and regret, she eventually recognized the need to support Bola as she felt hurt. Bola's mother began to seek help for herself, attending counseling and understanding why she has turned a deaf eye to her husband's actions over time. She learned how to be a better parent and become more supportive to her children's needs. With her father in prison and her mother began to change, Bola started to feel a sense of freedom. She no longer had to live in fear. Instead, she focused on her healing journey. She participated in therapy sections where she talks about her feelings and learned coping strategies. Here we come to the end of the story. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed. Click the notification bell. Comment. Please, we want to read from you. And also share to your families and friends. See you on our next video. Thank you for watching.